Now we're recording. Okay. Hi. Okay. Hi, I'm John-Hardin. And today I wanted to go over one of the sponsors for the Appalachian Trail FKT attempt that I'm doing this summer. And I'm going to go over the whole history and how it came about. Each one of my sponsors has been handpicked. So I reached out to them. They have never reached out to me, obviously, because I am a nobody. So each one of these sponsors I had gone after and begged for them to sponsor me. And I'm so thankful because their products are awesome. And I can't wait to show them off. So a lot of you guys, the sponsor today really needs no introduction from me. You guys are fully aware of it. Anybody in the running scene or that is hiking the AT is going to be familiar with Altra. Altra is the brand for the AT. I mean, any thru hiker is going to be probably wearing a pair of their shoes, or I would think the vast majority. I came to, so I haven't always been an ultra runner. I came to love the shoe from a recommendation from a friend who was wearing his Speed Goats and his Ultras. And I had both of them, so I've kind of copied his stride because usually I'm wearing the Saucony Peregrine. Before that, it was kind of a fun racer for me and had really good grip. At least the earlier versions did. We went out to Maine last summer, and I started out with my Speed Goats. And you guys may or may have not seen it in the video, but there's a picture of me with a bloody toe, and that was kicked up from Carl Metzer's shoe, the Speed Goat 4, and basically the toe box for me is just too small. It's a wonderful shoe, Carl. I appreciate it. I know you're my coach. Awesome shoe. Vast majority of people love it. I love it for short runs, but for me, I'm a bigger guy. I'm 6'3", and it just crammed my toe, and it was too painful after about 40 miles. So I switched over to the Ultra, and I was like, whoa, this is so much better. And the shoe that I picked for the AT is the Ultra Olympus, the Ultra Olympus 4, and they are my sponsor for this run. And so I'm super excited, and they're supplying my shoes for this entire run. And so I'm just so thankful for this and these shoes. They are amazing. Let's just kind of go over some of the features why I picked this shoe for the run and what I love about it, and even some things that I'm probably going to change about the shoe just for the run itself. So first off, if you're watching this is obviously a free video to everybody. So there's a ton more videos, not a ton more. I think I have a video up on my current diet. I have a video up on the aid station layouts and everything like that for the attempt and how I go about doing that. So I go over my Excel sheets and things like that on the private donation page. So if you're not a part of the private donation page, which I'll leave a link to at the bottom of this video, I highly recommend it. You can donate any amount you want. You can be $1. It just helps pay for our gas and our food during this large attempt, as you can probably imagine is pretty costly. So yeah, if you want to check out more information there, and I'm going to have a ton more information there and a ton more videos there, and actually we'll have like live footage going there during the attempt and whatnot. So I highly recommend it, and it's whatever value you put to that, you can donate. So all right, so let's go back to the shoe. I gave you the history of the shoe. Let's go over the things that I love. I have a big foot. I love the width of the shoe. It just fits my foot perfectly. The biggest concern that I had was anything with any kind of steep inclines on the side. Grade, that's what I'm trying to say. Thank you. Any kind of grade or offset camber. I was really concerned with that. I mean, I remember on the Ozark Highland, with my Sauconys, my toes were just on top of each other because it was just such a hilly terrain and such a off camber trail. So with these, actually, that was a huge concern of mine. But the fact that the foot was so flat and not crumpled up, it's handled really well, even on the AT. And there's a reason why everybody on the AT loves these shoes. Another thing besides the wide grip and whatnot is the is the grip. The grip is fantastic. Now, I have found that over time that the grip does go down, but that's typical with any shoe, right? But these things are sticky, and you can actually hear the stickiness. Like when you're walking, it's like, it's like, man, these things. So I remember at the beginning it was almost too sticky. I was like, this is so I highly recommend like running in them a little bit so you can actually calm the stickiness down, because these things are going to grip, which is fantastic, and it does last a long time. So I'm quite happy with that. The Gator Lock, I'm a big fan of trying to keep. Obviously, I'm going to be doing huge miles every day, hopefully. I'm a huge fan of having gaiters. Keeping debris out of my feet is super important, and keeping my feet happy. And these things keep my feet happy, man. They really do. They do a good job. And I mean, nobody else does that. So I get some Gator girls, some funky designs, and put them on. And yeah, I like that aspect of this shoe as well. The lace lock. So, another big concern of mine was that, we were going to be having some ankle issues here because there's a pretty high stack. But with this width of this thing, it's been no problem at all. That was one problem. Another problem I had with the Speed Goat. Actually tore my ankle up pretty bad, and I'm still suffering from it. So I'm very happy with that, and also the ankle lock up top allows me to just get a more secure fit. So I'm super happy with the width and that I'm not turning my ankle on these things. The comfort is also a huge thing. I didn't mention the comfort. The comfort is killer. It's not as comfortable as the Speed Goat, and the comfort definitely goes down over time. But it is plenty comfortable. It's more comfortable than any other running shoe that I've ever been in my life, besides the Speed Goat. And the Speed Goats almost felt like it was just too comfortable. It doesn't have a rock plate, but never had an issue, and I've gone over a lot of rocks. So I'm quite happy with these things. These things are magnificent. Now let's. I know you're probably like, John, you're being biased because these are your sponsor. Well, yeah, they're my sponsor because I reached out to them. They didn't come, again, finding me. I obviously love these shoes very much. But things that I would change out for the AT, I would probably change out, or I am going to change out, the laces. So I have a tendon on the front of my foot. Everybody has that tendon, but I have one that reacts. And so just when you're going back-to-back days, continuously hitting that front tendon when you're going on steep terrain, hard laces are not comfortable. So I like a softer lace. So I'll probably customize these and put softer shoelaces on them. These laces are super light and they're firm. But for me, I'm going to need a lace with a little bit more cushion just to, over time, that stuff wears on you. Otherwise, it's completely fine if you're just doing a race. But if you're doing 7 days, back-to-back 50 milers, that can add up. So that's something that I would probably change out. And that's pretty much the only thing that I would change on these things. Yeah. I love them. I love the colors. I love the red ones. I can't wait to see the new ones. So Ultra, if you actually want to send me some Ultra 5s, that would be ultra cool. Yeah, so that's Ultra Olympus 4. And I'm in love with these shoes. These are the shoes that I'll be wearing on the AT. They are the only shoe that I'll be wearing on the AT because I know that they work and they'll get the job done.